A $20 candle sits on a marble countertop. It looks perfect. But the old plastic soap dispenser next to it suddenly looks like a piece of gas station trash. So, a glass dispenser arrives. Then the towels look dingy. A week later, the entire guest bathroom is being gutted for a $3,000 refresh. This isn't a home improvement project. It's a retail-induced fever dream known as the Diderot effect. Most of the American middle class is underwater on their lifestyle because they cannot handle the visual friction of owning one nice thing next to 10 average things. One premium purchase creates a dissatisfaction gap that your brain demands you close with a credit card. The 18th century French philosopher Denis Diderot was broke until he received a massive windfall. He bought a scarlet robe. It was beautiful. But then he noticed his old desk didn't match the robe. His chairs were too worn for the robe. He replaced everything. He ended up deeper in debt than when he started. Fast forward to 2026. This same chain reaction spending is why your simple kitchen upgrade turned into a financing plan for new appliances, flooring, and a backsplash you didn't even want 6 months ago. The human brain is wired for harmony. When you introduce a superior good into your environment, the old stuff becomes inferior. Retailers understand this better than you do. They don't want to sell you a shirt. They want to sell you the look, because the look requires 5 other items to complete the set. This is a targeted strike on your savings account. Every time you cave to the matching set trap, you are effectively paying an aesthetic tax that funds a CEO's yacht instead of your retirement. Let's do the math that your interior designer won't show you. A typical refresh for a suburban living room, rug, curtains, coffee table, and a few statement pieces runs about $5,000. If that money stays in your checking account, it's gone. But if that $5,000 goes into a total stock market index fund, 30 years of compound interest turns that vibe into over $50,000. Most people repeat this cycle every 5 to 7 years. They get bored. The aesthetic shifts. Over a working career, the average American household torch fires nearly $500,000 in potential wealth just to ensure their throw pillows match the season. This is scope creep in its purest form. You start with a small goal, I just want a nicer chair, and end up with a structural leak in your net worth. The couch isn't just a couch. It's a massive opportunity cost that delays your exit from the rat race by 3 to 5 years. The Diderot effect isn't just for home decor. Look at your pockets. You buy the new flagship phone. Suddenly, the old wired headphones feel like ancient technology. The proprietary charging cables don't match. You need the $250 wireless buds. Then the smartwatch needs an upgrade because the old one doesn't sync with the new software optimizations. Big tech has mastered the art of the unified ecosystem. They aren't selling you a device, they are selling you a digital prison where every gate requires a new $100 key. This is the matching set trap applied to silicon and glass. Your bank account is the only thing not invited to the party. While you're busy completing the set, the companies you're buying from are using your cash to buy back their own stock. You are the consumer. They are the owners. Stop trading your ownership in the global economy for a matching set of gadgets that will be obsolete in 24 months.
How do you stop the bleeding?
You stop the first purchase. If you cannot afford to replace the entire environment to match a new item, you cannot afford the new item. It's that simple. We call this the isolation rule. If a purchase requires a secondary purchase to work or look right, it's a trap. First, implement a 30-day cooling-off period for any aesthetic upgrade. If the urge to match the rug to the lamp still exists after 4 weeks of looking at the mismatch, maybe it's a need. Usually, the itch fades. Second, use the one-in, one-out rule. If you buy a new piece of furniture, an old one must be sold, not moved to another room, sold. Finally, pass the ugly test. Purposely keep one non-matching item in a room. It breaks the psychological need for perfection and reminds you that your home is a place to live, not a showroom for guests who don't care about your net worth anyway. The American middle class is obsessed with looking wealthy while being one medical bill away from insolvency. We have the best decorated houses in the world and the thinnest emergency funds. A coordinated living room won't pay your mortgage when the layoffs hit. A matching wardrobe won't fund your health care in your 70s. Stop being a curator for a museum you don't own. The most beautiful vibe in the world is a 7-figure brokerage account and the freedom to walk away from a job you hate. Your furniture doesn't need to match, your financial goals do. Quit paying the aesthetic tax. The dominoes only fall if you push the first one.